Okay. No Francisco today. Sadly. I thought that's okay. I'll put off my report thingy that I do before D&D. I was like, we didn't do very much last time. Then I remembered we actually did do quite a bit. And I got a whole bunch of bullet points in here. But basically, you guys are on a big tree. You were on a big tree, walking for like a couple weeks. I think went on. And last time we ended with Sunny Cheek's life on the line, and a rock scooped him up. But a sleep spell saved your life. A sleep spell and a punchy Krog. The rock got away, flew off to the volcano island. You guys gathered your strength. Kale provided you a restful place, so you have a full rest location that you can hang out at. You walked a little further. You can see the swamp to the south, and a whole bunch of rafts started coming in, and you see these little tribal halflings on these rafts that are not going to make it wherever they're trying to go. And you rescued a couple of them. They were concerned because the old one is dead, and if the old one's dead, then nothing's good. And you guys went to go investigate at the swamp. You wandered around a little bit. You found some dead birds that seemed to have just fallen from the sky. You talked to an owl who couldn't fly. Sounds like a Disney movie. And then you wandered into the woods. You found a tree house. Not really a tree house, but a house in a tree. And
that's a tree house.
You found this old one who you presume is a druid. You found his notes and you found his house. And among the things you found were things talking about trying to keep something about Elkinhart in this swamp asleep. And what else did you find? There was some things about necromancy in his book. You found Saren had a momentary loneliness episode.
It was action-packed.
Just a couple minutes.
The weather was a little dreary, and it just got me down.
And we
something about Gokra.
Gokra is the Nostra that the old one was noted down in his book. So, you guys are in the swamp, and at the end of the episode, or whatever you call it, last week, the whole thing quaked. Some of you fell over on your back, and a massive lizard monster rose out of the swamp. It's still like a half a mile or something like that, maybe more than that, away from you. You can't tell how big it is because you just know it's real big. There's a very large monster has just risen out of the ground, like a very, very large monster. Like, very large monster.
So we should go find it, is what you're saying.
Very large. Like, this is like the size... Well, you don't know how big it is because you're a long way away, but this is a big monster.
It's a kaiju.
Where's Kale? We need to
That
come
doesn't sound
over
like
here.
common. I'm not sure what that language is.
Yeah. KLV, this guy.
Yeah. Boom. Like, he punches like what's that? Oh, what's that game? I can't remember now.
BattleBots?
Rock'em Sock'em
yeah,
Robot.
Rock'em Sock'em Robot. Yeah, that's Kale. Boom, boom, boom. That's all he can do.
Okay, so I will give everyone a chance as you are mouth agape, dusting yourself off because you're in the swamp, or I guess wiping the mud off of you. You may make a check to reveal some things about this thing. Let me pull you over here. I got some ambience here. Summon you over here.
I need it. I need the ambience.
Can I guide myself on this roll?
No. Well, okay, fine.
Twist his arm there a little bit.
Are we doing like a perception thing?
I'll give it to you a second. I gotta put some noise in here. Here we go. Frogs.
We need to get that. We need to all get the sound mod so that we can actually like have cool music and stuff.
Either in Arcana or History are the checks that.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't
roll. You can do Perception if you want. Roll whatever you want, but Arcana and History are the ones that's going to give you some. I'll give you other things where what else you roll, but those are the ones that are going to give you things that are written down over here. Otherwise, I have to make it up. So.
I'm doing perception.
Oh, well.
I'll handle that. Somebody do.
I'll do the
I'll do-
history.
I'll do Arcana.
I have a bad feeling about all these rolls today. I've been having a bad day on luck.
A bad day on luck.
Yeah, dude. I got home from work and I was trying to, and I've been working on my fucking 3D printer the whole time because it
Your
froze
what
up.
printer?
My
Language.
F word 3D printer. That B word. It's been a real B word.
Are we rolling?
Yeah,
I'm rolling
I
a
rolled
history.
poorly.
I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna.
Oh, no.
I just got messaged, right?
this is gonna be +9.
You just got messaged by Rick, who told you.
Natural 20
Find-
+4.
Wow. What is that?
30. 33
What stat was that?
perception.
Okay. Find the blue gem. It's got a little bit of a green tint to it. It's kind of a blue-green gem, but we're gonna say it's called the blue
Is that
gem.
what's happening?
Bring him the blue
Aquamarine.
gem, or else you're getting left behind. Something along those lines. Is that
I will
everybody?
say-
Oh, that's everybody. No Francisco.
While everyone's kind of looking over at this thing, I'll sort of quietly say back, I'm doing what I can. It seems you've just released some giant monster in the swamp. And
Wait,
I
what's
will
happening?
Try to... Ooh, 23 Arcana.
Okay, so we'll do
14 perception.
14
I
history.
got a 14 on my history, yeah.
History. Okay. So Zarik. That's a Tarask.
Ah,
Oh.
It's a titanic beast. Hibernates for centuries at a time. And when it awakens, it unleashes such terrifying destruction that the world itself is imperiled.
Oh man!
That's word for word what comes out of Zarik's mouth. Something along those lines.
oh man.
And he goes, and you
Come
can
on,
beat it
fly.
if only you could fly and
I wanna-
shoot it with a bow.
I want to clarify, this is not the 5th edition Tarask. This is a much better Tarask, because the 5th edition
Okay.
Tarask is
Okay.
lousy.
It's so lame. I remember I was
It's the
like,
worst.
oh sweet, they put in the Tarask, and I was reading it, and I was like, I read that Reddit article like 2 days later that was like, you could kill this thing with an Aarakocra and a level 1 bow. It has no ranged attack, so you can just like fly away and plink at it over and over again.
Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah, and it would just die because it couldn't catch you.
So your natural 20 perception. No one else got anything better than that, did they?
No.
I
Can't
got
get
a
any better
23 Arcana.
Oh, okay. So I'll cover that, then I'll do perception. Well, I'll do perception. Perception 20. This thing is real big. So
Natural 20 gets you.
Hey,
It's real big.
that thing is humongous, boys.
It's real big.
You think I've heard some 5th edition stories about this thing, and it's a lot bigger than that. This thing's the big size of a city. Like, if you were to walk up to this thing, you'd be smaller than its toenail. Like, you'd be a flea on this thing's back. It's how big you figure this thing is.
We're bugs to it.
And it has what else do I have over here? You saw the breath. It has some sort of magical breath that came out of it. I'll give you maybe a radiant kind of a thing.
Just radioactive Godzilla breath.
Radioactive.
Something's weird about this one. It's way bigger than what I was thinking. Once you said Tarask.
It's got claws. It's got, well, you can't really see the claws. You just see its head rise up. It's got horns on its head, big teeth, and big claws. You think that thing's probably got a chomp attack?
That thing
Dang.
probably got a. Oops! I may have choked on one of these adventurers attacked.
23 Arcana. Okay, so Eru fills in the blanks that Zarik didn't fill in. You're thinking that thing is real big. I'm trying to
Is that in every note? Real big.
You're like, that thing probably can't be killed by maybe anything. You can't kill those things. I'm trying to sum up here instead of just read. Maybe the gods themselves can halt its rampage. Maybe. And also, you are thinking with your Arcana somehow that the origins are a mystery. But some of your elven scholars have talked about Tarask before, and that their essence is tied to the earth themselves, and they burrow themselves into the stone, and they also have the ability or there's sort of a thing that goes along with them that flying creatures near them fall from the sky.
That's way handier than the 5th edition.
They have their own gravitational pull.
Yeah. It disrupts them. It pops up every eardrum that comes within range.
Also, you know that, I'm going to say between you and Zarik's history and your Arcana. Zarik says a couple things, and you like fill in a couple words with Arcana, and it sparks Zarik's, because this is more history stuff. So there are signs that go along with Tarask. And one of the signs is a bright star appearing. Occasionally you get earthquakes that sort of show the signs of a Tarask showing up. There's other things written down about how the daytime or night will fall and daytime doesn't come back. And some stories go along with people have this thing with people falling into like trances and just collapsing from the overwhelming of the magic or the lack of magic, something messing with their minds. Magic folk. Those are some of the signs of a Tarask. That's what you two put together. So, you guys are in the swamp at this dude's tree, and the ground is quaked violently. You've picked yourselves back up, and this thing has breathed out some sort of radiant breath, and it begins walking your direction. Saren will tell you, like, you are fleas to this thing, so it probably doesn't see you, and you doubt you're any sort of threat to this thing, but it's walking your way.
I'll look at Saren and Sunny Cheeks. I'll say, unless you get some sort of note from Mithra, I think it might be time to get back to the tree.
With each step, you can feel the rumble of the ground as this thing steps.
I am going
All the
to.
puddles are
Yeah, I was about to say.
ripples.
I'm going to cast Sending.
Yeah, this might be a good time.
Mithra. We have a Tarask.
Godzilla.
It's humongous. The size of a city. What do we do? Where are you?
A long, long pause. You're thinking, is she gonna respond?
She said, "I'm out." It's all.
That sucks for you guys. See you later.
I'm gonna just hide out.
And you get a working on it. That's all you get.
What did she say?
Not a lot.
Sunny Cheeks. Let's go.
Boom. The ground quakes as it steps. Boom.
I have to take you like 2 at a time, so
What? No, you open a tree. Let's go.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
That was the whole plan.
It's been a whole week. I swear we were falling over forever. I'm at the head.
Is the owl coming with us? I'll point to the owl. It's like riding on your shoulder.
Owl's on your shoulder.
Oh yeah.
He nods.
Yeah, I mean okay.
Yes, please.
As you guys are rounding things up, you see animals start charging your way. Just little ones, squirrels, nothing flying, of course, but like frogs are hopping, and just you can see the ground's moving in the distance as animals start just running your way. Little animals.
It's stampede of swamp squirrels.
And frogs and
Well, a swamp creature. I don't know.
I gotta watch out for those swamp squirrels. They're wily.
Wily.
Just a bunch of gators running at him. Like,
Oh god!
we're like, oh my god, we gotta get out of here.
We're gonna overrun by gators.
Thanks,
Just a
Jug
bunch
Cage.
of big toads. Toadicus is running at us.
Toadicus, yeah.
Giant toad.
No. I'm just staring at Sunny Cheeks, awaiting the escape.
All right, we can escape through a
You're going
tree.
to get us out here, right?
No, I want to wait for some dramatic pause, dramatic tension. Like, the longer it takes for us to leave, the more amazing it looks on screen.
A gator comes by, chomps off the owl on your shoulder.
It's one of those things where I touch the tree and I'm like, no, guys, this is a defective tree. All right, I cast the spell. Transport via plants.
Okay, and you take all 6 of you? You leaving Krog
Yeah.
here?
Well,
Krog
everyone
starts
just runs through it.
Krog starts grabbing his tummy. I don't know, guys. Okay, you charge into the tree and you pass back.
Like platform
onto,
9 3/4.
Yeah, right back on the tree.
Do any of the animals follow us?
Can they?
It's open for 6 seconds. It's just a portal in the tree that's open for 6 seconds.
You'll get a couple like dragonflies that kind of spit out there with you, but nothing's close enough to you to jump in.
Except for the owl.
Got some dragonflies.
The owl is there.
Well, I've always wanted a pet.
As you climb through the tree, one of the kobolds is right there. Or, sorry, one of the halflings. One of the halflings is sitting there, and he steps back. He looks at your owl. Eat that. He's a little distracted because he looks to the side, and you can see not clearly, but you've got that silhouette of the swamp, and you can see that massive Godzilla-type creature stomping through the swamp. And it is moving west.
Towards us? Oh, no.
Not anymore. You guys are north of it now. And it's still moving west.
I guess I'll cast Speak with Plants. Goodbye, 6th level spell slot. I do thee well. I'm going to cast Speak with Plants. And I mean, I'm pretty sure you know what I'm going to ask here. So, Kale, old buddy, old friend, old pal. What's that?
That's not good. That's bad.
I think your buddy in the swamp might actually have bit the dust. We couldn't find him. We found his house.
That's Sona. Sona bad.
Okay.
I need to get help.
Okay. Well, where do we get it?
His foot begins moving, even though it's dark.
Oh. All right. On the move it? Okay. Yeah. This is great. Anywhere but over there.
We're not going there.
Anywhere.
No one's safe with him.
We noticed it.
Especially
Oh,
the
well,
buck.
never mind. I keep forgetting it's in his head.
Oh, yeah. You just hear me making tree rustling noises.
Do you make tree rustling noises, or do you speak normally and the magic
think-
makes it intelligible to...
I don't know. That would be more hilarious if I was standing there going... And Kale's like, oh, I know what you're talking about, brother.
Anyone in his path is dead.
Oh, well, that... Well, my family's all gone anyway, so...
We need to help them.
Oh.
Warning. Something.
Are you relaying any of this information to us as you're talking?
'Cause I don't know what's over there, but if there's any cities, someone's got to tell them.
All right, he's saying that it's going wherever it's going to kill everything in its path, and someone needs to warn the cities that he's going to lawnmower them. Or sorry, those don't exist.
Mithra said they were working on it, right?
Well, we need to do
They
our
were
part
working
too.
on something earlier too. They were working on this not happening. I think they were working on this not happening. I point up at Kale.
Yeah, they're not. They're working hard, not smart. I think.
It's probably just a lot to deal with, you know. You got this guy waking up. You got that guy waking up. Ostensibly, their immortal friend died.
Yeah. What? What does Kayla think Mithra can handle this?
I think Kale just wants us to warn them more than anything. I don't think Kale's thinking about much of anything besides walking.
How should we do such a thing?
Can you just ask him?
I mean, he's just okay. Yeah.
He's like talking to a tree.
Your exasperation with talking to Kale is top notch.
You're walking along, and you got this little flea on you that all of a sudden starts talking to you.
Yeah. And he always gives really vague answers, but all your friends are like, "Why don't you just ask him what he wants?" And I ask him, and he's like, "Mysterious thing." And I'm like, "Listen, guys, he's not really saying anything." Yeah, sure. I'll ask Kale. You know. So, Kale, hypothetically, how do you think we should intercept him? Wait, have we used the teleport?
Yeah, we used it to get to the shore.
Well, that could be fun.
I don't think it could.
I don't think there's any other way we cover that distance, Kale, my guy. I don't think there's any way we can cover the distance required to, oh, well, we could send a message, but we don't know anyone there. So, yeah, there's really no way for us to warn them.
I could try to banish him.
That seems optimistic.
I agree.
We'd also have to get real close.
We could... hold on. I gotta find these people's names. And that was so long ago.
Casting large reduce on him.
Over and over.
And over and over.
Here we go. You could send a message to Auric or Venton or Molif.
I see him over there. He goes, you could send a message to Orin.
I'm like, you had to look them up. I don't remember.
He busts out his note.
Those are the people in the lizard folk village that took us in.
It's going west. What is it going to hit?
Where it's going?
It's going towards Talon. If it's going west, it's going towards the lizard folk area.
I'll send a message to one of them.
Okay. Which one? The help. What was the name of the guy who like the?
Molif was the priest.
Yeah, that guy. Okay. He was.
Auric was the one that Sunny Cheeks saved.
Yeah.
And then Venton was Auric's dad, I think.
Okay. Yeah,
I'll send the priest.
Okay.
Hey, this is your friendly neighborhood.
This is a lot of words.
You have a giant Tarrasque headed for you. You might want to warn the town. Everyone's about to die. Unless you leave. Get a move on.
Get
a move on.
Get.
Get. Go on, get.
Get out of here.
Okay. Well, okay. We'll run in the woods. We'll hide in the woods. Okay.
Excellent. Good luck.
For like weeks, because this thing moves so slow.
Yeah, if it's the size of a city, how fast is this bad boy moving?
It's a long ways anyways. Like, even if it was moving at a pretty good speed.
It's the same as Kale.
It's gonna be a week.
So it's
like hiding in a bush for a week.
It's slow moving, but it's got big legs, so he can get. I mean, you guys can probably. You can certainly fly anywhere faster than him.
If he's like the size of a city, he's like picking that leg up, moving it a couple miles, setting it down to walk.
And you see trees go flying as he like picks them and starts stepping through them. He's got a big tail. It really is. It's Bowser, basically. Bowser's a Tarrasque. That's what he's inspired.
It's Bowser in Sin City.
I'm gonna go and cast sleep on him. I'll put him back to sleep. Get back in your hole.
Get back in your hole.
Go to your home. You took it for your home?
Answer me.
All right. We're riding Kale, right?
Yep, Kale's walking.
He's continuing east.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Kind of look around, try to get a head count for all these halflings, make sure none of them are up to any mischief.
Everyone right now is just looking south, looking at that beast that's walking.
Okay.
Everyone is distracted. Even Mix, who's like trimming a couple little stray branches but he's looking at that thing as it stomps several feet by, and then again he lets out another. He looks down and lets out a big blast, and you see this. I guess it's not fire, but like a radiant blast of magic that blasts the swamp in front of you.
Atomic breath.
Yeah, and you kind of estimate that's about where you were, somewhere in that area. You guys were at that house. And he looks down and he just blasts that area. But it could be anywhere. Big area.
That was my
think he's
Godzilla.
fighting.
And he starts stomping some more.
Yeah, probably not a lot we can do about that.
This is cool Godzilla, not new friendly Godzilla. Don't get any ideas.
Yeah, this Godzilla's not trying to make friends with humanity.
I just gotta go stand in front of him and be like, "Wait!"
Okay, you begin moving.
Ken Watanabe here.
He's moving. It's a little sluggish. His moving. When he moves at night, he doesn't move as gracefully as a tree does. But he begins moving east as Sona or Elkenhart. You've seen a couple different names for him. Is walking east.
I suppose we could have found that other guy and, well, he would have been gone.
I'll try to convince Saren to set up the dome for us for the night since we have guests.
No. We need to watch this from outside. No. I'll set up the dome. I'm just messing with you, Harry. You know I'm gonna set it up. It's human out here.
It's human out here.
It's a sea
What's
breeze.
the weather like where we are? We're now not anywhere close to that swamp. Give us some geographical weather
Well,
data.
you're in the ocean by the swamp. It's cloudy.
The chance of meatballs.
Oh snap! I'm hungry too.
That's not right. It's not. Because that's fine.
We were at IKEA today.
It's windy.
Oh yeah, did you get some
Cold.
meatball?
Did actually.
A little colder than normal. 20-mile-an-hour winds. It is.
20 miles.
So you're gonna get below freezing tonight.
Oh, dang. Okay.
That dome would be nice and toasty. All those
Yeah, being
halflings
humid
cold.
would be bad if it was below freezing.
There is. I didn't tell you this last time, but bouncing back and forth from this swamp. There's a noticeable humidity and just temperature difference from these two places. That swamp, and it checks out with the whole magic things are weird and keeping this guy asleep. That is you feel that is kept at that almost greenhouse temperature, greenhouse feeling there.
At
'Cause
all times.
all this way you've been walking. When you went into that swamp, it was warm and humid and like summertime, which it is not summertime now.
Oh, okay. So it's artificially held at that.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
Climate controlled.
Yes, climate control.
Climate-controlled swamp.
There's a giant mini split off to one side of the swamp.
Just a big vent in one of the puddles. It's just
No, they're
bubbling
all
with
over the
warm
place,
air.
under the ground. Yeah. There's one big square, like, AC unit.
Okay, night comes. You see Sona walking west, and eventually you lose sight of him. It's dark anyway, but occasionally you can see a light, a glow off in the distance where he's breathing on something.
Do we get a long rest for this?
You do.
Excellent.
Yeah.
It is excellent.
It's very cozy in this spot. The halflings kind of like make their own little nests and little holes and caves in the tree. Sometimes you can hear crackling as they're like breaking branches to try to fit themselves in. You still get a long rest, but it's a little annoying having these companions joining you. But you continue east.
How's the
How would
owl?
you get rid of
doing?
him?
The owl is just hanging around.
Has he tried to fly now that he's away from the Tarask?
He has not. He's been in the dome, I guess, as you started that up. As he was with you, he was just sort of just watching. He's not tried to fly.
He's not injured, like actually injured, is he?
Doesn't appear to be.
I think I healed him too.
Yeah. He's just too close.
In the morning when you come out, he kind of stretches his wings. And it takes him a minute, but he does manage to lift off and start flying around.
Oh.
Does he leave?
No, he does a couple. He does a couple
gonna
circles
be a
around, the tree, kind of getting his wings good, and then he goes back and sits on Sunny Cheek's shoulder because it's a big owl.
Yeah.
Got a new friend there, Sunny Cheeks.
Seems that way. I like him. He's not asking me to talk to Kale all the time.
He looks at you and goes, "Ooh!" Looks up at the tree. Ooh! You're like, "No!"
Another one. They only want me for my ability to speak to plants.
Okay. Anything you want to do over the next few days, unless something eventful happens?
I will keep
I
the
just
dome
wanna-
up constantly.
Okay,
What?
I'm gonna
The dome.
Yep.
I'm gonna try to keep an eye on particularly those few halflings that I thought were
Okay.
gonna cause some trouble.
Yeah, a couple days go by, and they're minding their own business. They're not really getting into anything. They you can tell these things. They're rambunctious, and after a few days, 3 days go by,
They get tired.
and
They get exhausted from no food.
They start snooping around. They've got they're hanging out on his feet and they're grabbing some fish. A couple of them will dive into the water and come back with some fish in his mouth, and so they're crafty. But yeah, so they're feeding themselves that way. Occasionally they'll start up a fire on Kale, and Mix will go give them dirty looks, but
I'll let Mix deal with them then. He's like the librarian.
Next thing we're gonna know, we're gonna wake up and Mix is just gonna be torn into a million pieces because 13 of these things just attacked him all at once.
Be like Bishop and Aliens, just torn asunder with two halves.
New trailer for that looks sweet.
one of them comes up to you at the end of day 3 now, after walking. You had over that night, and then the next day you had the occasional rumble to the west, but eventually you're out of earshot of anything over there. Whatever was happening was loud and scary and unpleasant. One of the halflings, the first one you talked with, did I put his name down? Where's his name? Wherever his name is. He comes up to you and he's like, it's nice you saved all of us, but any chance we could go? We could take this tree up that way. And he points up north, where all the rest of them are going. Well, all my friends and the rest of us were going that way.
Who's he talking to?
You.
Oh. I'll just tell him, I have no control over where this tree is going. I noticed that your raft was falling apart, and it was not likely going to make it where you wanted to go, so I offered that you could come with us, but We are going this way.
Well, we really want to go that way.
I'll
We're
just
gonna.
motion to the ocean. Hope you can swim well.
All right. Thanks.
Well, if we get close to land, you could just go on land and make more rafts, right?
We
Okay.
are not close to land.
He nods. Yeah. Okay. And this is around sunset of the third day, and you start hearing some branches crack, crack.
I'm looking for mix.
Oh!
I go, hey, I gotta heal this dude. Quit doing that.
Well, we make raft. We leave.
We said when you get on shore, you can make a raft. Now, we're trying to get somewhere, and you keep messing this up. Now, sit down, enjoy the ride, and be quiet.
And they kind of, you see, there's four of them standing there that you're kind of giving a talking to, and they kind of look at each other, and they're kind of nodding, and like little 9-year-olds, and they're like scheming. You know, they're scheming something. Like, whatever, Mom. This is what we're gonna do.
I.
The tree continues walking.
I'm going to cast Toll the Dead in the air. So the bell rings. Bong! And I'm going to look at him. Listen, don't make me ring it again.
For your name.
All right. Okay, and he puts the like he's got the branch in his hand. He puts it back.
Bong!
They all start looking around. It's the Undertaker.
I'll make my eyes roll back in my head.
Give me a just give me a performance or persuasion or intimidation, one or the other.
A +0, and a +0.
With advantage for your bell.
17.
Okay. Yeah, you seem to have.
I'll do persuasion.
Okay. So yeah, you seem to have had an effect. You are no longer fearing that they will stab you in your sleep. If you didn't have a dome.
Yeah.
Everyone else might get stabbed in sleep, but you won't.
I'll ring that bell. Take you to see the Undertaker.
Okay. Fast forwarding a few more days. This is fast forward time. If anything you want to do in the next few days.
I will, I'm gonna use Divine Intervention.
Okay.
And I will just keep asking Mithra, you gotta warn everybody about the Tarask. I'm hoping that she can do some super awesome magic to warn leaders of towns that Tarask is headed towards them.
Okay.
But that's...
Give me... Are you doing it every day?
Yeah, I'll do it every day.
Give me 7 of them.
I have to get, what, below a level... At or below my level?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's not it. That's my level.
That's nice.
69.
Well, you're getting lower.
It keeps getting lower. Hey. That's, what was that, 4?
Yep.
Is there a moment where she's like, leave me alone?
Oh, 14.
Oh, so close.
There's some static coming in.
5,
Something's bugging me.
6. Last one. No.
Okay, on the 7th day, you reach land again, and you can kind of gather where you hit land and kind of where you're at. You are heading for the Mana Spring. That was one of your things that you had listed on your. Maybe he's going there.
Yeah.
And you gather that's where he's going, and you got maybe 2 days, and he will be there.
As soon as we hit land, these halflings jump off and start.
Yeah, so as soon as he starts wading into the shore, the halflings have sort of like, they haven't broken anything, but they have kind of made little homes out of this thing. But as soon as, like, they get excited when they see land, and as soon as his foot hits land, they are off and charging off into the wherever they want to go.
How's the owl doing?
He's making himself at home.
Hungry.
He's give me a animal handling isn't a thing anymore, is it?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, okay, give me an animal handling. Sunny Cheeks.
Guidance.
With advantage. No guidance.
No guidance.
This is an animal handling over 7 days. Do you want to keep the owl, or do you want the owl to leave?
I can keep the owl. That'd be cool.
The owl is happy. It nibbles on your ration every once in a while on a good berry.
Yeah, the perfect nutrition.
Yeah. Delicious.
Over the course of the time, because we made ourselves a little home, I'll make him a little spot next to Sunny Cheeks, a little spot.
Okay. As you step onto
Thanks, friend.
the land, and basically not even an hour on land, you can see there is a road here that you guys are passing over, and to the south you can see a caravan, like a wagon that's heading this way, and it's way out in the distance. You can't quite make out who is in that wagon, what kind of people, what species is in that wagon. You spyglass your way out. Give me perception.
Guidance. Quick, use your spyglass. And guidance.
22.
I need to
they look serpentine. Like snake folk.
This is Sleth area, the Yonti
Yep,
kingdom,
Yonti.
right? Okay.
They don't see anybody, like there's 2 people that are outside that are wearing gear. But there's a big group of snake folk that are walking along with a sort of covered wagon that's moving north up the road. It's a ways out.
Do we know where this kingdom is politically with the lizard folk?
You, like, just on your map is sort of a estimation of things. So you what you have on the map, you know.
Well, I mean, do we know, like, if they're friendly to lizard folk, or if they're often engaged in?
That you don't know.
Okay.
So they're walking their way north. It's still a ways out, but you continue across and through the land. And as you're moving through this, you can see behind them is several more as you continue walking. And you look back at the distance, and you can see with your spyglass, there's more dots of things walking north. Caravans.
This is a recurring theme that everything we see is moving north.
Yeah. And then you cross land and you make your way into the lake of the Mana Spring. Give me 2 more of your divine intervention things as 2 more days go by as you guys are walking into this lake.
That Tarask is already through Talon if it's been that long.
Yeah, you can
If
figure
it's
that.
moving as fast as Kale.
Yeah!
No more divine intervention for a week.
What do you say? I need
These are-
specific words.
You have to warn people about this Tarask. They need to know what's coming. Please, do something. Reach out to them. Show them that you haven't left.
Okay. You do this in the morning or at night?
I'll be doing it at night when the moon is out.
Okay. So you reach. This is those 2 more days come in, so this has been 9 days altogether from the swamp, and you reach the edge of that lake that you're supposed to be getting to at that night, and you say these things to Mithra. The next day, the sun does not rise. But not like before when it was just kind of a constant twilight. It's night. You can see that 1 star in the sky. and the moon, full moon. And when the sun is supposed to come up, it never comes up. It never gets brighter. It's just dark.
Does the moon still move across the sky, or is it stationary?
It stays.
What does that mean, Saren?
It gets to like its highest point. Straight up. Just a moon.
Like you said, and Tariq said, these are all the signs that point that Darask is back. She's pointing it out. Hopefully people get the memo.
At dawn, which is not really dawn, just the moon. It's still like you got like a half moon basically in the sky. But it's very bright, and the sun doesn't rise, and you can hear the soft waters or the calm waters of what is the Mana Spring out ahead, and up ahead you can see there's a little island out there in the middle, and there's kind of a mist that's sort of forming around this lake. In that morning, Kale begins to walk very sluggishly, just like it's nighttime,
Mm-hmm.
and makes his way through that lake and towards that what it looks like a fountain sticking out of the water and just sort of spewing water up into the sky. And he goes and he stands next to that fountain, and he slowly begins to shrink. And doesn't say anything, but you guys begin lowering to the water. Your platform that you guys are sitting on begins to dissolve away, shrink away,
Yeah.
not dissolve, shrink away. As he is just sort of like just shrinking into this lake.
I'll look at Sunny Cheeks. Does this mean he is no longer our charge?
I mean, I would assume so. I could ask him, I guess, but it seems like he's kind of going through something right now.
Maybe let's wait and see what happens before we.
Yeah, we can just wait. Yeah, just
Okay.
watch him.
For clarification, are we on a little island right now?
You're on Kale.
Is Kale on a little island right now?
No,
or are we
he's
left
in
the
the
middle
lake.
of
This
a lake?
the little island is like the size of a living room. Just this little spot of land that has sort of a geyser sort of spout. There's basically a geyser shooting up, and it's causing a steam. And as you get lower and you get to this thing, you can kind of feel it's warm.
Man, we should have hopped off before we got in this place.
I think we are about to be stranded out in the middle of this lake.
And he is
It's nighttime?
shrinking into the lake, and he does. Yeah, it is nighttime. It's not nighttime, but it is nighttime.
It's wintertime, though, right? Is it still cold outside?
The
But
warm lake
spring is
feels
warm,
that.
right? Okay.
Yep, the water is. You haven't felt the water yet, but you can feel the mist of that. You can feel it's warm. So he's shrinking into the lake. You're losing your platform.
I
I'm gonna
will.
quickly cast Tiny Hut and see if it floats once it's in the water.
And then we'll just use it like a boat. One person stay outside and sit on top so you can row.
Are you doing Tiny Hut?
I'm gonna try it.
Okay. Cast
All right, sure.
Tiny Hut on his body, and you kind of sink underwater, and he begins sinking underwater. But you have a bubble of oxygen in that little hut as you sink down in the water.
I hate
That's
this.
not good.
I hate this.
Yeah,
You're just underneath the water, and you can see that the sort of shield forms over the opening.
Yeah,
You're just in this little bubble.
I'm gonna jump out. Hooah!
Okay, you swim out. You jump out.
I'm
with
gonna
your
ride
legs.
it out.
The water is warm. It's not like burn you up warm, but it's a nice spa warm.
Oh, nice. How far from the shore am I?
You're a ways. You figure it's gonna take you to swim from here to the shore. It's gonna take a few hours.
How long would it take to fly?
Couple.
Covered in water. It would be
Quick
hard
question.
to fly.
I can fly at night.
Oh,
Maybe
nice. I'm gonna turn
I
into a
don't
fish.
remember. Who remembers where they told us? We got some clue as to where the blue stone is, but I don't remember what it was. I can't find it in my notes.
It's a blue-green stone.
It was in the ocean, wasn't it?
I don't remember.
I thought it was being protected by that one thing.
The blue stone is safe.
Yeah, we heard it was safe from Mithra, but then we found someone gave us a clue as to where it was, but I don't remember who it was. It was in some I think it was in or around some island chain. Am I making all this up? It's not
I
happened.
don't remember what I gave you.
He's just talking, and you're just like.
I don't remember what I told you. I'll say it's in the southeast.
That's what. Okay, southeast.
I think I was pretty vague. I'm always pretty vague, so I'm sure it was somewhere along that. I don't ever give you anything.
And I thought it was in.
Just enough
I
to be
thought
frustrating.
I thought that we heard it was in some archipelago or something, but I could be wrong about that. Okay, well, we don't have enough to go on then, I guess.
I think you did figure something out. Southeast, and Zarik figured it was somewhere around his homeland. That very southeastern island.
How many? It's been a few days, right, since the whole thing with the Tarask happened.
It's been 9 days.
It's 9 days.
Oh, we have the teleport.
We can teleport.
Yeah, so what I'm trying to decide
let's see what
is
happens.
do we want to try to go towards the blue stone, or do we want to try to go towards Hope?
I say right now we just stay here until he gets all the way small.
Yeah.
Well, we can swim. All right.
We're swimming and discussing. I'm doing a very
So what do you
leisurely
think?
backstroke.
We're just floating there.
As Kale's slowly sort of it's almost like he's dissolving into the water, but you can tell he's sinking into this water.
Wicked Witch of the West style.
Like a little 5-foot root type bridge kind of starts to extend from what's now like his shoulder. It starts growing out to the shore to the west as he sees you guys there kind of splashing around.
It's muddy.
I was gonna turn into a fish and just swim to shore. I'm gonna grab onto it.
Those with magic inclinations, which would be Eru and Saren and Sunny Cheeks, just give me a d20.
D20.
As you guys hit this water and you're getting hit in the face with this spring.
Not good. Not good.
Guys.
Eru and Sunny Cheeks, it feels real good. This is
This is the good water.
You know why Kale was here. You feel like as you hit this spot, neurons are flashing and things are happening, whatever Arcana neuron is.
Yeah.
Things are
This is the Fiji water
you
of
feel
D&D.
like if you were to cast a spell right now, you might, who knows what would happen with that thing, but it feels real good. Things are all firing.
Oh, man.
And it makes sense why Saren was able to get connected to Mithra at this point, because you feel like you can do anything right now. Your spells, by the way, are all back if you've spent any of them.
Oh, no, I haven't
Do I
spent
get
any.
divine intervention back?
Ask again.
Try it. You, however, don't feel that way. You just feel wet.
I'm going to, while I'm being pulled to shore by the bridge that I'm holding on to, I'm going to bottle some of this.
Okay.
Just to fill my water skin with this.
Okay. Let's see, do you have a bottle?
Water
Doing
skin.
that, I'll fill a couple vials.
Okay.
From the poisoner's kit, I have vials in there. I'll fill.
Oh yeah, I also have an alchemy. I have alchemy supplies. I'm proficient with alchemy supplies, so I got all kinds of little vials and crap.
Okay.
This is like such good water that I'm tripping balls in it. So like I'm feeling like I need to take some of this.
Feels very good.
I'll cast a Mage Hand to help me do it, just to also sort of test.
Okay. You cast Mage Hand, and you begin to start the motion up. You just think Mage Hand, boop, the hand pops out. You weren't even halfway into casting the spell. Mage Hand is there in front of you.
Nice.
Seems pretty good.
Dang it.
What are you guys talking about? We're just wet.
You don't feel that?
It's incredible.
What? Other than being stuck in this stupid water after traveling on this stupid tree for 4 weeks.
Help!
I mean, this is
I can't swim, says Mick.
And I know, I campaigned to do all this, alright?
I'm getting all rusty.
Just
Mix is dying.
right at the
Look
end.
over at
man.
Krog. Could you help? I can't. I'm not strong.
Yeah, he goes, picks him up.
Yeah, picks him up, carries
Like,
him.
yeah, like Data picks up Wesley out of the water.
And he begins walking down the bridge. I don't even see the big deal. He grabs him and carries him over there.
Is this what you were waiting for, Mix? Are you staying here?
As he's being carried off, I gotta stay here. What else am I gonna do? What's happening?
Oh, you could.
That's what we were going to ask you.
You could go to right it.
Well, we can't just.
It's of course up to you.
We just got here.
Yeah, we're leaving.
Why? You leaving?
Yes.
But look, what if he needs you?
That's what you're for, Mix.
You're now in charge, buddy.
There's nothing here besides you and him.
And these healing waters,
Okay.
apparently.
He's getting charged up because this water is good.
Maybe we take a day and see what happens, and then we
That's
can
a
go.
good idea. Good idea. Good thinking.
I'll look over at Sunny Cheeks. You want to do the thing again?
Oh,
You
the
know,
two
where
good
you-
travel.
Talk to the tree again.
You'll get your spell back.
I think he's tired. I'll cast Speak with Plants.
It's your favorite spell, I can tell.
I'm gonna suddenly forget how to cast this one.
No need to mark it off of your spell list. Keep
Ooh,
that spell.
nice.
And then you just start thinking, I'm gonna, and you can almost hear Kale already. Ah.
Yeah. Oh man, this is nice.
Thanks.
So you're good now, right?
I'm getting better.
Well, I mean, good as in you don't need us around.
There's a Tarask walking around.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, if he comes over here, we're screwed anyways. Not just you, but us too.
I guess I could. Oh, dang it! I can't stop.
That one talks a lot. And as he's talking, he's got a little more spring in his voice. Like he just
Yeah.
had some coffee. He says, things are not good.
I don't think they've been good for a little while.
But yeah, you did good helping me come here. I wouldn't have made it without you. Hang out here for a day, and I think you'll enjoy it here. I realize we got things to do.
Sometimes the best time for leisure is during absolute chaos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you're right, man. You have to take a day, like sometimes.
Sometimes you gotta take a day, dude.
Take some self care.
Says I can I feel awful. I don't know where Sona was going, but whoever he's gone, there's a lot of people are dead. And I couldn't do anything. And that's what I do.
I don't think anyone could have done anything.
If,
I think the current gods are kind of all asleep or something. I don't know. Or trapped or they're trees. There could be other trees, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. I think we might need some allies.
Well, we keep thinking we finding all these powerful allies, and then
And then they need help.
everyone needs help.
Hey, Mithra,
just-
you saw what she did to the sky. She's pretty powerful.
I'm talking a tree.
He says, that's the, He says, I hear you now, and he speaks out, and you hear this booming common voice come out and sort of rattle in your brains. This guy speaks out as he hears you say that.
I go, oh, thank God.
Sonny G's like, oh man.
You guys can just talk to him now.
And you can see he's like, you can see part of him but he's only like, well, maybe a third of him is sticking out of the water still, but the rest of him's kind of down in the water, and he's sort of just spread out. He just sort of sprawled out like a cat in a box. He just sort of sprawled out into this lake. And but there's very green, very vibrant flowers are starting to sprout up on him. Like a whole forest is starting to grow within him as these like shoots of green are starting to come out of him.
Nice.
And he says, this isn't the first time we've had to deal with Sona. And it's not going to be the last. They took some drastic measures last time. Let's hope it doesn't come to that this
Did
time.
you say drastic measures?
I don't do jokes. Too old for that.
Well, if your immortal swamp friend died, there must be a way to kill that thing, right?
I don't think he's dead. He's a druid. Well, like you. You guys never die. You always come back.
Oh, well, dang, I need to learn how to do that.
He says we can't stop him on our own. We need to get... I don't know. He got anyone that you know allies? I don't know who's around anymore.
I know if I hope.
We got this guy. We got Mithra, and we
Hope?
got
That
yeah.
Archer? What's she gonna do?
Shoot
I'm not-
stuff.
Shoot stuff.
You got any friends? I mean, you're much older and more connected, I would assume. We know Mithra, and we know I can't even remember the other guy's name.
Started with an R, didn't it?
A Ravelin? You mean?
A Ravelin,
Yeah, a Ravelin.
Ravelin's a jerk. I don't like Ravelin.
Would
Yeah, I wouldn't
you
consider him
say
an ally.
Mithra and a Ravelin? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
He said, they're no use anymore. They gave up all their power.
Yeah, we noticed.
there any
They
other
haven't really.
ones that still have power?
There's that frog guy.
If you say Todicus, you lose a limb.
I don't know. Well, I don't know what he goes by now. He really likes frogs.
That's
So not
it.
toads, right?
No, I'm still speaking. There's more. Was that golden dragon? Where's she at? Kryn Liana.
Do we need to do a check for that?
Sure. History. Arcana. History.
We've heard that.
I can
name
do
before,
history.
right?
You've heard that
18.
name from
16.
We'll see what you roll.
I got a 16.
Kryn Liana?
I know that
I got
name.
an 18.
Ah,
Yeah, Joe made it.
made that eye.
You guys had a dragonborn friend who was from this island where Kryn Liana's from. The island of dragons. Where Kryn Liana, the golden god dragon,
Oh yeah.
looms over.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't know
even
her as
some
being
cool
like,
magic stuff.
I don't know, whenever, what was your character's name? I forget. Your dragonborn.
A-Rock.
A-Rock. Whenever A-Rock, I don't know if he mentioned them too much.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
We
so,
did have a conversation about it, but it
I
was
think me
more
and you
like,
did.
yeah, but it was more like I was telling them that you don't mess with him, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So maybe not necessarily a good guy.
Yeah.
I'll say to Kale, since he's talking to all of us now, can you level with us, Kale? What is going on here? Seems like this world has been created by this Mithra and Ravelin, who we've actually met. They seem
Yes,
powerful,
there's a
but they
letter.
don't seem like gods to me.
Give me a charisma, some sort of charisma check. Persuasion, something.
Well, unless it's deception, it's not going to be amazing.
Unless it's a natural 20.
Oh, dirty 20.
Oh,
That's a long story.
Today,
They didn't create the world. This is the world. They just left it. And it was bad times.
Why'd they come back?
When did they come back?
Thought it was Mithra. Ravelin, didn't they create it?
They didn't create it. This world's been going for a long, long time. They left.
they just
there you go.
kick-started the magic again.
They left it in pieces, and they did their best to patch it up. And then they did more than the others. But they just kind of left it in shambles. A few of us decided that we needed to stay and make sure things are safe. Me, the old one, Spiritfarer, Todicus. I don't know what he's doing, though. We can never talk to him.
Spiritfarer seems like the one we should probably be going to next.
No,
Where is this Spiritfarer?
he just has this thing with ghosts. See, the world kind of messed up. And that's their fault. And
Wait, it's Mithra's fault or it's these other guys' fault that are screwing things up now?
a little of both.
Eh,
It
well,
was kind of all our faults. But some of them, I mean, they gave a lot. They put all their magic into the world. And that pretty much fixed things for a while. I was able to sleep finally. It was dark for a long time. Demons and terrible things like Sona walked around here for a long time. And then we used to have gods. And they weren't happy about the way things were. And yeah, it was a bad place.
well, at least sounds interesting.
Where did Mithra? Where did they go? You said they left this world. Where did they go?
Yeah, they went to a new world. They left. Big Flash made my buddy Mix over there. Made him.
You hear that, Mix? Yours, buddy.
Is this? Yeah. What's Mix doing? He can finally talk to Kale.
Mouth open.
Yeah.
How can we get in touch with this Spiritfarer?
Or anyone. It doesn't even have to be him. It could be anyone.
Well, when you
Mithra's
die,
kind of. Oh, okay, yeah.
you are sort of compelled to go to where the Spiritfarer is. It's kind of secret. No one knows where the Spiritfarer is, because if you knew where he was, then you'd have the ability to... Well, I probably shouldn't say that.
Go on.
Well, this other guy's like trying to find him real hard.
Maybe you shouldn't say that, but these are extraordinary times.
What
Kale.
other guy?
Oh, well, the guy that I presume that the guy that woke up that other thing.
Oh, that's the guy, like the guy that woke me up
Yeah.
and tried
Yeah.
to take me over, and I was gonna do it too. I was just gonna go join him. I don't know where he was gonna take me.
Why would what? Why would you have done that?
He messed with my mind
Oh, okay. Well,
until I don't know what happened. I guess you came along, snapped me out of it.
yeah, that's how it went.
He said there's a problem when they left. Kind of broke some things.
Clearly.
He's really hard to explain.
Oh, that's all right. For now, we just need to figure out where we need to go. Like we're gonna.
The Spiritfarer, what does he do? Where does he take them?
When you die, you can't leave. And that's not good.
One of us could just die and then be brought back a whole bunch of times. Could we do that?
He says,
You got a few $100,000 worth of diamonds?
Well, we could just do it once.
he says, imagine an apple. And then take another apple and put it up next to it. And you kind of get, he's a little condescending as if he's talking to children. But he's doing his best. You live on one of the apples, apple A. But you're stuck in apple A. That's all you know. But
You're telling me when I die, I go to Applebee's?
when you die, you got an apple too. You can't get off apple A, and so now there's apple 2.
I noticed you've changed your naming convention in the middle of this story, Kale.
Spiritfarer takes you from A to 2.
And this is somebody y'all knew?
Yep.
How did he get that job?
He felt guilty. He felt responsible for messing things up. He was. So were all of us.
At least he's trying to do something to fix it.
I mean, seems like everyone's just
You're
trying
just
their
sleeping.
best.
He's not fixing anything. He's just escorting.
Trying to make something better.
No, he's trying to keep something safe.
Do you mean?
Imagine if someone had the ability to command every dead thing, every spirit in the world, ever.
Yeah.
What if he used that to help?
I don't follow you.
Well, you said we need an army, basically. We need something to help the entire list of spirits. Seems like that could help.
He's not going to be happy about that.
Well, I don't think he'd be too happy about a giant Tarrasque detonating all the living people.
He's going to
At
be
least
busy.
I'm not.
Gonna be a real bad weekend for the Spiritfarer.
A real busy weekend.
Yeah.
What about, do you know anything about Agandor? We've seen
Yeah, that's
Is that apple C?
no, no, no. Ah, you're not getting it. Agandor is the bottom of the apple. Hey,
What do you mean?
it's it's just a piece of land.
I've been there. It doesn't look like anything I have seen here.
Yeah, that was the first plan. Is to stash away all the ones you don't want, ones they didn't want, on the one island. Stash it away.
I suppose there's nothing else to do with a bunch of immortal people.
So, Mithra and the Ravelin, are they on Applebee's?
Kind of.
Are they on a third apple?
Apple
On a
seeds?
bespoke custom apple.
They're in the bowl the apples are in.
Separate from
How
the
many
apples.
apples are in the bowl?
There used to be a whole bunch. Now there's just one.
2, right?
2 if you count that one.
It's the one you told us about, so I'm going to count it.
Maybe it's some kind of different thing that isn't part of the other thing. Anyways. So they're in a bowl. They're in a bowl that contains 2 apples, but one of the apples is inaccessible from bowl A.
This is your analogy,
It was a
Kale.
mistake.
Saying it all makes sense.
This is you live in a world right now.
We live in a society.
This is a world you're in.
I was never doubting it.
Used to be a lot of worlds. Then there was only one world. Messed things up real bad. So to fix it, some folks calling themselves the Ancients and Mithra and what's his Ravelin. They all they made a new world. They went to go live there. Packaged this one up real nice. Cleaned it up. Took off.
They really did a great job of cleaning it up.
I mean, it worked pretty good for a long time. Give him a little bit of credit.
Mithra and Aravelin did more than most. Especially Aravelin. He's the one that made everything.
Is that why he's so cranky?
He's always cranky.
So this Apple II, does it?
It's just a Macintosh joke.
Yeah.
How do I get to the Samsung Galaxy?
So many apples.
This iMac, does it consist?
Should have said orange. I was thinking orange at first.
Does it consist of only ghosts? Is that all that's there?
It's an endless ghostly paradise.
Okay, I'll give you another
Like-
analogy.
Light is green, trap is clean kind of place?
None of this really matters. If we're gonna be in bad place again. So forget the apple. There's a tree.
Okay.
All life is on this tree. But there's a lot of bad mold and spores and bugs gnawing at this tree. And so the birds at the top of the tree think, you know what? This is no good. Let's just make a new tree. Keep everything here, make our own tree. Package them up real nice. Get him a nice planter, like some old gnome lady does outside of her front yard. Take that original tree and stick it in a planter outside and go live in your own tree. That sound better?
Yeah.
Okay, so in this analogy, where does the spirit fairy take ghosts? Is
Oh
there another
God.
tree?
Maybe it was good they couldn't talk to plants this whole time.
There's a big branch that leads from your original tree to your new graft, your new tree. He takes you across that bridge. But they don't quite make it.
How were they
What
able
does
to
that
get all
mean?
the? All
Yes.
the all the bad ones to that specific area?
Well, they couldn't. That's why it didn't work at first.
What they did over time.
No, they got a lot of them stashed over there. They had a couple different ideas. They moved them. They made these jars, pots. I'm more familiar with pots. And they stashed them all in these pots and scattered them around. That was the last straw. Was they just left?
So what did Xerx try to do whenever he kind of took over? Made us go through like a dark age.
Xerix was just one of the troublemakers. He had a lot of followers. Some of the old gods like to follow him. He made a bunch of Maru, they call them now. Automatons. He made those and commanded them to fight against the ancients. The mold and the fungus was starting to win.
We have seen some sort of control room. That's how we got the day to come again. What? There was a giant, seemingly tomb of an octopus or something? What was that?
That's one of the old gods.
Is that in the path of that thing?
No. Well, you saw
Okay.
going west, so no.
And there was someone locked in a room that tried to talk to us. Who was that?
You didn't let him out. He's still
No.
there.
As far as I know.
Someone who's best stashed away.
Who's that?
Everyone keeps telling us that. Can you be more specific?
Just he's an
Listen, we did a
an
lot for you.
old god who wants power. Some things can't be killed and can just be locked away.
What, this octopus, this giant octopus could be killed?
Yep.
Why was it seemed revered? There was also Xerx's tomb was down there, but he is obviously not dead.
Yeah, they took Xerx with them. He's not here.
Do you mean they took him with them?
He's in the
They
other
took him.
he's in the other tree. Locked up.
Yeah.
Are you sure he's still locked up?
No.
This is probably not.
But it's not easy getting back. In fact, it's
Does
real hard.
Does Eric's look like that? And I'll describe the guy we've seen.
I'll disguise self and look like him.
He looks like whatever he wants to look like.
How
What
did
about
he
that?
get so strong? Strong enough to create an army like that?
Time and help of some fallen gods and some gnomes.
Is he as old as you guys, or is he just...
Yeah.
What was that revelation, Joe?
I just think I might know who Xerxes is.
He says, I suppose we have two options. We can try to fight this back. Protect those that are here. Or, I don't think this is going to work, but it's worth trying. We get out of here. We leave. Bring everyone we can with us. Just close it up. For good.
This is our home.
Yep.
We gotta fight for it.
I'm not too keen on that idea either. But it might come to that.
Well, till my dying breath, I'll try to prevent that.
Until my not quite dying breath, but at least close.
I'll take it. And I'll give Sunny Cheeks a nut.
I'm definitely saving myself in the end.
Aaron? You mean?
I was born without parents. No one wanted me. All I've seen in this world is violence. Who's to say we couldn't do better somewhere else?
Who's to
How
say
many
you
trees we
can't
need to
make it better
plant?
here?
Not always
How
better
many
on the other
trees?
side, anyways.
All that stuff
How
you
many
want
trees
to
we need to
do.
plant
What if
in order to
what
make
if
it
we can
better?
do better
Yeah.
for everybody? If we get done with this, we can start something. We can change the world like they did. But we can do it right. We just gotta
How about
fight.
we
We
get
gotta
some
fight
more
for it with
information?
everything we got. This is our world. How can we give up on that? Look at everything that we've been through.
This world has not shown me much mercy, but I'm willing to
I know you didn't
find out
grow up
more.
with a family, but I'd like to think that you found one now.
See what we can do.
All right, Kale, what's the plan? Where do we start?
We need allies.
We need the Spiritfarer, too.
You should point us
I don't know
in a
where he
general
is.
direction.
We need to find a spirit,
Does-
find a ghost.
Does he move or does he stay still?
He's hidden. I don't know what he does.
Because we've seen a ghost like looking for him, right?
Yeah.
Do I know what direction that was? Like,
You saw the guy a long time ago, a gnome. Died. He was walking west, but he was also very confused.
Like,
And that was back down at Steamcliff, over by Port Leylon.
Yeah, he was moving towards Treskwood, right? In that general direction.
No, because this is on the main island. When he was moving towards Port Leylon.
Okay, but yeah, I mean, he was going like west, like. Okay, yeah, but he was still in like his line would have gone through Treskwood, right?
If he walked just due west, he would have. Yeah.
Okay.
You do know of a crew of ghosts as well that were sailing a ship.
Oh yeah, I actually have an in with those guys. I know a person who knows some guys.
So are we going after this guy, or are we going after someone else, or like, what about all those people with crystals in their chest? Whatever happened with all them?
I look at Kale.
Yeah,
Yeah, what about those guys?
I don't know that he would know anything about
That
it,
was
but
an unraveling thing, wasn't it? I thought he
yeah,
was
we
the one
kind
doing
of. There was like 2 people. It was supposed to be like the backup plan for this whole thing.
Yeah, one of them is Saren's sister.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Been a long time.
Are you asking Kale?
Oh well, I mean,
You
he
just
could
had-
overhear
just
us
having this
talking about it.
conversation?
Yeah.
He's not answering unless you want to direct a question at him.
I'll direct the question at him. What's up with
Hey.
what's up with the
What about
crystals?
What about them
People's-
dudes with the
people's
crystals
chest.
in their chest?
Sounds like an unraveling thing.
That's kind of the answer I was expecting.
Has he done this before? Or is this a new backup plan?
He's very powerful. More powerful than I.
Is he the strongest?
Depends on what you're doing. He's the one that put this tree in the pot.
He made you.
Nope. Not that powerful.
Oh, he planted you.
No, from the analogy before, not me.
From the analogy.
Put the apple A.
The Applebee's.
Yeah.
Oh,
He took
oh,
the apple.
he made the other tree. Okay.
Nope.
Yeah, he took the apple.
No.
He took this tree and put it in a pot.
It was an already existing tree.
I don't know how to explain this.
No, I mean, I feel like I got it.
No, you don't.
Well, you gotta at least be confident.
But this is your home. There's nothing created. This is it.
Do you know about where these Nostra are going?
Do you know
No,
Rick?
No, I don't know Rick.
Okay, well, that's worth a shot. It is a pretty generic name.
I
He
know-
was talking about trying to get to the other world. Maybe the Nostra are trying to free Xerix. They're trying to get there to free him.
the Nostra are going to the other world.
They said that we are trapped here, and they are going.
And they're trying to break it out.
And they
Break it up.
contracted us to find that seafarer guy. We told them no. Well, they were really considering it, but I kind of made the decision for them.
How are they going to get
But-
out?
We don't know how
Seem
it
to
works.
want these stones.
Oh, yeah. They're collecting the stones.
I hate those stones.
Why not just smash those stones?
Doesn't work that way.
Oh, well.
It rarely does.
Is there not some kind of mountain we could drop them in?
A doomy kind of mountain.
One filled with super magma.
This is the first time you're sort of revealing some of this stuff to Kale, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, none of us have been able to talk to him.
He says they can't leave. If they cannot be allowed to leave.
Why?
Okay, well, because they're obviously incredibly evil, and they're just gonna go to the other place and do this same thing again. Where are these stones? How many of them are there? Should we go get them?
I don't know where they are. No one knows where they all are. I don't think.
Well,
I
Hidden
think we know.
Spiritfarer guy, I think, has one of them. Why else would they be looking for him so hard? I mean, you were just kind of sitting out in the open.
Well, they're
I can
looking
see why they
for
went for
him.
you.
They want the spirits.
They seem 2 steps ahead of us is the problem. They kind of know where they seem to at least kind of know where everything is.
Doesn't they have like 2 already?
They have 2 stones.
Do they?
I think they
I
do.
don't.
I think you said
They
he has
told
1
us
or
how
2
many
of
they
them.
had. How many did they say?
It was all but one.
Said they
Oh.
they had all but one.
Oh.
The blue one.
Okay, they have all but that one that the Spiritfarer has.
We have to stop them.
And we got to get to the
I do
Spiritfarer
agree.
next then.
I don't.
Kale, it's time for you to take one for the team.
I don't think the Spiritfarer has one. I don't know. He doesn't. I don't think he would keep one.
Oh well,
He
that's
didn't-
why
he
we
didn't like
figured he
him
would go.
either. He was against him. They made him.
I think that we found out that the Spiritfarer would have more information on where the blue stone was. Is I believe why we were looking for him in the first place.
Oh, okay.
Rick was looking for the Spiritfarer though,
Yeah,
Yes.
that's what I thought.
but maybe not for that reason. Maybe not only for that reason.
Oh,
Well, it seems like the Spiritfarer has the ability to maybe control lots of ghosts.
maybe he's just like a good guy and doesn't want to do that.
I know
said-
someone who controls a ship full of ghosts. I
Are
would
you
imagine
sure
the
they-
Spiritfarer can do
You sure
more.
they have all of them?
Well, he said all but one.
He could have been lying to us, but
As far as
no
we know.
need to. He may have embellished a bit, but would be no need for him to tell us that they had as many as they did if they did not want us to look for the ones they didn't have.
And I mean, also, he managed to almost get you, and he woke that thing up. He's probably got a little bit of power.
They've been kind of winning for a while.
Yeah, one of the stones commands the minds of armies.
Oh, okay. Well, then that makes complete sense. There's this giant army of lizards, and they're moving around, and they're all super evil. And then he managed to convince this dragon, and then they let this big dragon out underground. I don't know what that was all about.
Well, at least we know now it's not the lizard men. They're being controlled.
Wait, what was that name of that dragon?
Omira.
Omira. Yeah.
He has Sona and Omira.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Omira got out a
the
long
big
time
mama.
ago.
The big old mama.
The one that was near the control room that where we fixed this today.
Yeah. Maybe we don't have a day.
Well, we had at least 9.
Do you feel better now?
Not all the way, but I don't think we have time. We need allies. We need to stop them from getting that last one.
Well, how about
No
we
matter
go and you get healed up so you're ready to fight?
It doesn't
To
matter.
send us in the right
It
direction.
doesn't matter how well I fight if they have all those gems, all those stones. If they can leave, then they can just end this world.
Okay, so we need to find him. and kill him. Take all the stones. Or
Rick.
Rick.
I
Yeah.
think that might be the easiest way to find him is to find a Spiritfarer. If they're going to find him. And if we can find the Spiritfarer first, might be able to get an army.
What did you want us to wait for a day for anyway, Kale?
This spring has healing powers, among other things. Takes time, though.
Well,
We can. I mean, if it's important, I think we can wait. Maybe, Saren, maybe you could send a message to Hope.
Well, I could, but I didn't get that mystical power thing that you guys got. My spells won't come back.
I don't think we
No,
should wait here too much longer. Like, Kale can wait here, but we should at least go do something.
I'll send a message to Hope.
Okay. Your spell does not. Your spell slot remains. You don't feel it, but it works.
Hope. We got Kale to the
Spring.
hot spring water.
Kale just
A
needed a swamp. Needed a sauna.
Yeah. He just had to lay down in the sauna.
A Tarask is loose. The bad one. And the Nostra have all the stones but one. Oh yeah, 25. So
Nailed it.
You get a. Oh no. This is gonna sound strange. A long pause, and then continue. This is gonna sound strange. Go wake Grandar.
Oh.
Cult of Atropa. We gotta slow him down. I don't have any of those.
Have we heard that name before? Grindar? We do. Big beastie that used to roam. That's what I have written down.
Kale, who's Grindar? We need to wake him
Oh,
up.
wait.
Grandar? Why?
That's what Hope said.
Cult
Well,
of what?
because
Atropa.
if he's the giant bear, he's the bear god.
Grandar.
I only know that because I wrote that one.
Grandar is the same as Sona. Not exactly the same, but you're just waking another beast. That's gonna tear things up.
Maybe he's more like
It
neutral.
sounds like a Zilla God Kong movie to me.
Kaiju battle.
So why?
Maybe if we can, if we wake him up and he's on our team, or at least
He's not on anyone's
not
team.
on the exactly. At least he's not on the Tarash team.
How many people are
We
gonna
get 'em
die
together.
if that happens?
What if it prevents the world from dying?
I guess. I guess
I mean, it's better than nothing.
we gotta do something.
Should you sit, wake Grindar, and do what?
Cult of Atropa?
Cult of Atropa. What's that?
I don't know.
Have I ever heard about the Cult of Atropa?
And I will see if I have.
Go for it. You've heard Atropa before. Atropa's the goddess of death. You've heard it before. That's with the flower. So the cult of the death.
Ooh.
Cult of the god of death.
Natural 20.
Yeah.
History.
Cult of the god of death. Not good people. But you figure if there's some sort of King Kong type crazy thing, bear monster, like Suna, the Tarask, there's going to be a cult around it.
Do you have any idea, Kale, where he'd be? That I have said.
Yeah, he's with the bears, not too far from me. Well, where I used to be. In the mountains.
Well, we can. Oh, well, we can go there. Well, we can get close at least. In the ballpark.
Well, that's something to do now. We can
A
head that
lot
way.
easier to talk to Krinliana.
Well,
Well,
you don't happen to have a way to familiarize me with her, do you? I could send her a message if I knew her. Or had. What do I have to know? Yeah.
Probably die either way. Neither of them. Grendar is evil. He will destroy everything. Krinliana just likes shiny things and to be left alone.
Would I be familiar with Krinliana in the sense of I know who she is and it's a god?
I'll give you since you got the 20 there and you're a cleric. Yeah. And you don't she's not like she's more like she's not a evil. She's just sort of a what's the word? An idol or whatever for the god for nature.
be neutral.
Good night. Lawful. You know she's lawful.
Do you know anything about Lamu, Gale?
That's the
The water elemental.
Oh yeah, they've been talking about him coming back for a while.
yeah, old pest. He worked for Xerix. They all did.
Wow, we might be.
Is he out now?
Maybe.
Yeah, that one's a maybe. That one's one we don't have 100% on, but we did see a bunch of stuff happen. We just didn't stick around long enough to maybe see the end.
You weren't. Sunny Cheeks wasn't there for that.
I'm remembering it from my past lives.
Since was there whenever the town got flooded.
Yeah, we found you in the town when it was being flooded, but you weren't there for the sacrifices and stuff that they were doing to Lamu.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that it would be better if we got to the Spiritfarer before they did.
What if I ask the Golden Dragon God if she'll go wake up Man Bear Pig?
Man Bear Pig. We should do it in person.
Kale?
Yeah.
If you're convincing enough, if she thinks there's what's in it for her, might be the
her world might stick around a little bit longer.
That's a good start.
So I'm going to send a message.
What's the message if you don't? What's the failure rate? Is there a failure rate if you don't know them?
I think it just doesn't work, right? You have to be familiar with them.
You have to be familiar.
You are not familiar.
Okay. And I'm not. Gonna cast Divine Intervention.
What is it? Is it
9 days?
It's not message. What is it?
Sending.
Guys, I think we could just go wake up a bear. Or we can go talk to this other lady.
I guess we could go wake up the bear, and while we're there, we could try and find a ghost and then follow it after we wake up the bear.
You know where some ghosts are.
Where's this Krenliana person?
On the
Island, south.
um,
Nothing's close.
Yeah. Well, we can go wake up the bear, and depending on how long that takes, we could teleport again.
Do we know exactly where to go for the bear? I feel like we have a pretty good lead for
Give me-
the spirit fair.
Give me a history check. Somebody.
History check.
Can do it. Can you summon me the board so that we have a board to roll?
Oh, he's trying to leave, huh?
11.
My
15.
game is being funky.
I will history as well.
16, Joe?
I know about. I
15.
can see
15.
on the map. I see the Grindar's claws.
19
So I would imagine it has something
history.
to do with that, but I don't know where to go.
Let's see it,
when I
David.
get there.
Hang on, I gotta fix my game. It's
Yeah, so the four of
Oh.
you, yeah, I mean, you once he says the name and you hear Cult of Tropa, you don't really know the Cult of Tropa, but you hear the name, you know of the bear folk, sort of have a reverence for Grandar. That's a 19 history. Is that what that is?
Yeah, that's what I got. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you know a little more that it's spoken of. Like, you meet a bear folk, they're probably going to talk to you about Grandar. It's sort of the
The legend.
the Odin of Grendar
Yeah.
lands. Like, who knows if he's real or whatever, but yeah, they
Yeah.
will tell you stories of, oh yeah, old Bear McKenzie went up there and he killed Grandar, you know,
Yeah.
back 3,000 years ago, and you know those kind of stories.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't Bear
It's
McKenzie.
folklore
it
at this
was-
point.
But you could ask any bear folk, and they would happily tell you stories about Grandar. Wait for him to roll for
what's the
Dave.
name of the map?
Why didn't you get summoned? Try again. How about now?
Are we going to
Oh, no, I
meet
gotta wait.
Sergei
Promoted.
and Natasha to try to see if Ulf is being unearthed?
I mean,
yeah.
I think that's going to be on the back burner right now. We got to focus in on what's going on.
You know that at this
Not
for
good.
the time that's passed, they still wouldn't have, if they're using that flying machine. They probably still aren't there.
They might know about Grindar.
But they're going in completely the wrong direction, aren't they?
But they might know where to go. They are barefoot.
Also, we don't know exactly where they are. How would we get to them? They're somewhere
we
in
don't have to
between
get
where
to
they.
them.
They might just have information for us.
Oh yeah, maybe.
Sending to him.
Natasha, Sergey.
Sergey.
Okay.
Sergey. It's Saren. Can you tell us where we might find Grindar? We need to wake him up. As scary as that sounds.
It's the stuff most people don't know about.
They left.
How's Ulf?
Grandar. Why in tarnation would you want to go there? I don't know how he talks.
Well, a name like Sergey, that's definitely it.
He says, there's a cult up there he can talk to. They know all that, but
Yeah, Cultivatrope is on the map.
legend. Just the legend. I mean, that was
Yeah.
not there yet. That'll happen for Ulf.
Well, I'll relay that to everybody.
It's on the map.
It's on the map.
Yes, but
Right
we've
there.
never
I'll
been
point
yet,
it. I'll
so
point it out right there.
teleporting there could be
Is it on the
hazardous.
big map? Yeah, they
Yeah.
I'll say it with
It's
your
right next to Grindar's claws.
you have a good history. You'll know the cult. Yeah, they've like some people see it as like, oh, that's evil, like death, evil, no good. But other folks see death as sort of a thing.
Yeah.
And so it's one of those things where there's pockets of folks just living in bear society that may or may not belong to the cult of Atropa.
Incredible.
Cool.
I mean, that seems like a pretty good lead. That's one of only 2 options right now, as I see it. Well, I guess 3, but
I'll send another message to Hope.
if
Okay.
the Spirit Fair is totally hidden and has stayed hidden for this long, and he's not going to come out, we probably have time before he's found. So we could set some other things up.
I'll send a
No.
message to Hope.
They almost had me. They could have him.
Yeah. And we don't need him getting more. Oh, wait. Oh, you mean the Spirit Fair or Grindar?
Spirit Fair.
Ah, well. Crap.
I have
Probably not a
lead on
bad
where
idea
the
to-
Spirit Fairy is. We may be able to beat them to him. Grendar,
Oh.
we have never been to before. Teleportation might not get us anywhere close.
Is our lead the Pirate Ghost?
Yeah,
Where are they at?
So you've got
we know someone who controls those pirate ghosts.
Pirate Ghosts, Grandar, Spirit Fair. I've got a few here for you. Grinliana, Blue Gem. Is that all of them?
Blue Gem, Spirit Fairy could help us with the Blue Gem potentially.
I'm gonna start this off. I'm gonna send a message to. No, I can't send a message to Craniana. Crap! Dang it! Plans spoiled.
This whole time, I'm just like it's like in my hand, I'm just sort of thumbing the coordinate stone thing.
Yeah.
While I'm sort of looking at it. Is it anything happening with it?
No. Nothing's happened with it. Okay. Give me an idea before we end.
I'm gonna send a message to Hope.
Okay.
Hope. Should we go after the Spirit Fairer first, or Grindar? They are after the Spirit Fairer. He's the last one. With a stone. Idea.
Idea.
Count that. Spirit Farer doesn't have the stone. He's no help. Grandar causes chaos.
Chaos buys time.
Yeah, that's good. Chaos buys time.
Yeah.
Can I insight when she's talking about the Spirit Fairer? Can I insight to see if she doesn't like him? She has maybe like some sort of apprehension towards him.
At a disadvantage. You're just getting in your head.
You're not seeing the face.
I got a +9 to this.
Yeah, I think she just says
One
it again.
bad. Oh, double nat 20s!
Wow.
She says, this Grendar will give us time to hide the stone. She...
Second time this campaign.
I know,
Double nat
20s.
20s on disadvantage.
Insight on how she feels about the Spirit Fair.
Just the, like, did she sound like... No, like, screw him.
She just sort of... She didn't think... It wasn't that. She just weighed it less important than waking Grendar and causing chaos.
All right.
It's hard to give you much because of it's just a chat in your head.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there wasn't any like. She
There
doesn't.
wasn't any negativity towards it.
No
It was
negativity. She
more.
just doesn't think he's going to be very helpful. But it could be because you gave me 20. It could be because she doesn't understand the whole situation, or it could be because, well, because of that.
I'm gonna send another message.
Jeez.
Kale said the Spiritfarer knows where the stone is. If they get to him, they can
Wait.
find out where it is. Protect the Spiritfarer.
Did Kale say that, or did someone else say that? We only know he
I don't think-
has
I don't-
information on it.
Yeah,
Kale
we
never
just-
said anything.
Kale didn't say that. He said what Kale had said was that he inferred that the Spiritfarer could be a powerful ally for whoever gets to him first, because he can potentially control the dead. It was very vague.
And then the
But that
stone
was-
came from Rick.
The stone. Well, we found out from somewhere else that the
Yeah.
Spiritfarer might have information on where the stone is.
I'm gonna revert this 25. The
Um,
Spiritfarer might be able to control the dead. If so, that's an army of chaos that's controllable. That sounds better to me.
Is that what you're saying instead?
Yeah.
Okay. He already has a Tarask. What else does he need? What's he doing?
I'm gonna send another message.
Yeah.
He's trying
Slots.
to get
She's like, how many spells is this?
to tree. He's trying to get to Applebee's. He's trying to get to the other world that y'all built. I'm guessing to freeze Eric's and destroy this one.
Then the stone needs to stay secret. Does
Then
he
we need to
know
get to
where
the
the blue
Spiritfarer
stone
before.
is? I don't want to say where it is because it needs to stay secret.
If the Spiritfarer knows where it is, we need to get to him first, before
Send another message.
Xerix does.
And I'll
Didn't
say
she say?
that. I'll say exactly that. If the Spiritfarer knows where the stone is, and the Nostra get to him first,
She said earlier,
they're
though,
able to control minds so intensely they almost got Kale.
Also, we already warned her that her name was dropped to Rick, so she needs to be on the lookout. But we can't send a message to the Spiritfarer because we haven't met him. But she already knows that. We already warned her. So
Let's send that to her first.
you get unlimited spell slots. You can essentially just have
Yeah.
a conversation.
Yeah, I'll just keep casting this so we can talk.
Okay. She says, just get Grandar to cause chaos. We can figure this out afterwards. We gotta slow him down.
Or we can cut him off.
What are you gonna do with the Spiritfarer?
Protect him. And hopefully get him to help us.
I know it.
Did you tell her that Mithra has said she was working on Sona?
Mithra is working on Sona.
What's she gonna do?
Apparently not enough.
You got
I'm
that.
going
That was a little
to-
bit like she holds me through in high regard, but there's a but in there.
I'm gonna I'm gonna cast Sending to Mithra.
Okay, D20.
Oh,
We're
D20.
gonna talk to every NPC we've ever spoken to.
Dude,
A 4.
Get a weigh in from everyone.
whatever campaign comes next.
I will keep
No
casting
sending.
Sending because I can until she says something back to me.
Oh,
Hey, Mithra. Hey, Mithra. Hey, Mithra.
I know.
What? Oh, I got the right.
There it is. Hey, how's it going?
All right, yeah. What do you want?
Mithra, we need you to send a message to the Spiritfarer and let him know that the Noshra are coming for him and they're coming for the stone. He needs to know that people are coming, and if he doesn't mind, we could really use a sit-down conversation to discuss having him help. This is dire situation.
He's not gonna help. He is just gonna do what he does. But he doesn't have the stone.
Try. Just try. Please. Don't make me divine intervention again.
Maybe there's too much history between Mithra and the Spirit Fair. Maybe he needs to speak to someone new.
Just tell him to talk to us, please. Let us plead our case to him.
He doesn't know.
Let us fight for our world. Doesn't matter. This is our world. We got to fight for it. And if you're not going to do it, give us an opportunity to do it ourselves.
A long pause. She says, you know, all those powers, all those spells that you have and that you hold so dear are because of me and Aravelin and others. We're doing what we can.
It's not enough.
No response.
Tough love.
You could ask Elrodar if he maybe knows already. I don't know if he would tell you the truth or not.
I need to go to sleep.
Yeah, we can wrap it up.
Yeah.
It's 11:15.
Okay. I guess we'll end there, and I'll just
Okay.
wing
When we
one
get
of,
back.
one of the one of the directions you guys go as best I can. All right, we'll be back next week, maybe. No, I won't be here next week. We'll be back in 2 weeks.
Okie
On the
dokie.
15th.
Yeah. Will we be here?
Right.
And we'll be here Monday, right? Not here, but over there.
Hope so.
Okie doke. Bye.
Flip a coin.
Bye.
See ya.